Good afternoon, YouTube family. South Texas Prepper here. Today's Tuesday, August the 23rd, 2023. Guys, it's been a while. Haven't made any videos. I'll tell you what though, guys. I've been working so hard in my place of employment and also at home, getting stocked up and kind of just keeping my ear to the ground and looking at what's going on all over the world. As I'm sure y'all know, we have we have wars in we have a war in Eastern Europe with Russia and Ukraine. We have potential war going on in Africa. We have so many things going on. We have the fires in Hawaii and Maui, in Canada. We have like really bad weather, especially with that hurricane and the earthquake in California. Just all kinds of stuff, guys. We have a storm that's rolling through Texas, through South Texas, the Gulf Coast region, as well as the scorching heat that we've been going through. What I wanted to talk about today, guys, is I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Maybe like something like to the effect of the ghosts of 2020 reappearing, or something along those lines. But I want to share something with you guys. A couple of weeks ago, or not a couple of weeks ago, maybe like last weekend, excuse me, I saw I think it was Alex Jones talking about how and before I start hearing it about Alex Jones, yeah, I know about Alex Jones, guys. He, I consider him a gatekeeper. But when I was waking up, guys, as I know a lot of people, when they first wake up or when they first start realizing that this world is not what it seems, a lot of people went through their first, a lot of the stuff that they saw was from Alex Jones. Okay, so don't get it twisted. I'm just letting y'all know what I heard. Okay, so anyway, he's talking about how I guess through some sources that they're gonna the sort of like the health crisis from 2020. It's coming back again. A lot of these things are coming back with the masks, potential vaccines, and mass mandates and things of that nature. That's what he's hearing, and that's from his sources or whatever. But I want to tell you what I've been seeing with my own eyes. Okay, I'm not going by what I've heard, anything like that. But because I heard of all these, I've been hearing about how these things are potentially coming back. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It always happens when I just barely took my lunch, guys. I took a very late lunch. Been very busy. So now my wife works for school district, Southern Bexar County. They didn't even tell the employees, right, that a whole bunch of kids came out with the cough, right? Same thing with they got diagnosed with CV-19. Okay, I don't know what they call it now. I don't know what they're gonna call it, whatever. But they said that they announced it this week, that last week a whole bunch of kids were diagnosed with that. My wife already kind of had an idea. It was because she knows a lot of kids were missing from transportation, from their bus, right? And so it was like, oh, so that's what happened. So, and I had just told her about how that they're gonna start coming out with that it's making a comeback, right? And so the reason I bring this up, guys, is because one of the things that I feel about the health crisis in 2020 was in my opinion, was to bring about this whole new paradigm, right? The whole new paradigm of the reset, Agenda 2020, Agenda 2030. All these things to me were connected. Or the health crisis was part of, along with all these other things happening at the same time. In other words, it was just an SHTF, the beginning of the SHTF. And I believe that really we have been in the SHTF since at the very least 2020, but really since 2008. Okay. Now, I very open about how so in 2008, when the financial crisis happened, I was so poor, guys. Me and my wife, my kids, we I mean, very simple. We lived very simply, but we didn't even know. I wasn't awake yet or anything. Of course, I heard about the bailout and all that, but we were so poor, like we didn't even feel it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we did feel, guys, was that, of course, was that the gas was very high. My coworkers that had pensions, I worked for the Housing Authority of San Antonio Housing Authority at the time. And I remember in the morning, when I went into work, they were like all standing outside and talking about how their pensions had took like thousands of dollars they had lost in that, in that collapse. But in 2019, if you look at the timeline of the health crisis and all these things that were going on, I remember, especially because I would listen a lot to Gregory Manarino. I had already been listening to him for years, but in 2019, a lot of people don't realize that the banks were in like really big trouble. They started going with the reverse repos and the repos excuse me, where banks excuse me sorry, guys. So there was a financial crisis going on, and I feel that the resulting health crisis was brought about because of the economic crisis, either to cover it up or to kind of like blend in with it or whatever. So right now, guys, I mean, the world economy, global economy, the West, right, the currency, all that, it's in big trouble right now. The treasury bonds are going real high, the bond market, and so it doesn't surprise me that we're starting to hear about this new variant coming in or whatever. Just keep your eyes open. Keep stock up on elderberry, whatever you use, vitamin C, whatever you think that is going to help you and your family to be able to to navigate, to stay well, keep your bodies healthy, your immune systems, all that, because what it looks like, I think that something is coming. It might not. It might just be to keep everybody on their toes, because that's what they do. Is there's always some kind of big news to keep people distracted. There's always something going on, something coming. The media is always stirring things up in order to keep people on their toes and all that. So it might just be that. It might be that. But the thing is that a lot of things are lining up where it's plausible to me that this might happen. There might be a health crisis brewing up. Excuse me, and it's starting again. So so I just wanted to share that with y'all, that yeah, in my neighborhood, in our area, in our part of the city, there's already kids that are being diagnosed with that, and a lot of them were like stayed out. But the thing, what kind of like upset me was that they didn't tell anybody. They didn't tell the workers, the employees from the district, um, transportation, which buses these kids around, and also the families too, man. The parents, you know, if your child is sick, why are you gonna send them to school? You know, a lot of these parents, guys, I'm gonna tell you what, they don't even work. I mean, they just the schools are their babysitter, and they just want to be home or whatever. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. You know what I mean? If the shoe fits, wear it. You know what I'm saying? But there's people like that. Don't want to work. Don't want to take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm not the only one that sees this. Another thing, guys, that I wanted to talk about is I just saw a video from Alaska Prepper talking about how people are tired, and people are, you know, they're, you know, the cost of living, and, you know, paying their bills, and just living. You know what I'm saying? Keeping their head above water. You know, and they're working, right? They're working. They're working hard, and it seems like they barely have enough money to spend on themselves, or to be able to get the things that they not just need, but things that they want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, you know, people are, you know, America, where, you know, we consume and all that. I'm not talking about none of that. That's beside the point. Y'all should watch that video. I'm gonna put it on my in the description. I'm gonna put that video, and I'm gonna put a couple of other videos that are relevant to what I'm talking about today. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm gonna. So, you know, also a lot of places are, they're having hard time staffing, right? Keeping people on staff, and hiring, as well as and just trying to hire people to fill positions and stuff like that. And I've been working, you know, in my building by myself for like a little bit over a month. A little bit over about a month and a half, almost a month and a half. And even when there was two of us, really we're supposed to be three, but even when there was two of us, it was like we were kind of like, I mean, well, of course we were able to do a little bit more, right? But I'll tell you what, guys, this past month and a half, my body feels like it's been through a grinder. I'm serious. Like, you know, of course it's you know, I'm in my 50s. I'm 52 years old, but I feel very good for my age. I'm very active. Very, you know, I try to watch my health, what I eat, you know, everything in moderation. You know what I'm saying? I'm very active. I don't smoke, stuff like that. But I can't remember my body ever feeling as beat up as it does now. Like, I feel like like I've been through a ringer, like, seriously. And there's times in the morning where I'm like, you know, like, damn, I still got at least like 15 years left to do this, you know, before I can retire, you know. And it's and don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not I'm keeping above. My wife and I, we work hard, and we keep our heads above water, but we can't stop. You know, we have to. You know, we've prepared. We've done the things that we supposed to be doing to prepare as best we can. We also have our kids that have already moved out of the house. We have our grandkids, and when they're doing bad, they're still our kids. I mean, we've raised them to go on their own, like tough love. Especially my wife. My wife don't mess around. My wife, hey, you're an adult. You better we try to tell you what to do, how to be an adult. You better take care of business. You know what I'm saying? So you don't mess around. But our kids, when they need us, we're there. Our grandkids, we're there. We don't. Our grandkids, there's no damn way I'm gonna let my grandkids suffer. Grandpa's gonna be there for them, and that's what I do. But my point is that with the economy the way it is, it's. I mean, I'm sure y'all can relate. Trying to keep up with the bills and be able to live, not just live to survive, but not just work to survive, and you know, to be able to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? And we do. We're blessed. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's a woman that came out on that video of Alaska Prepper, and I was like, man, like that lady is like, I sure can relate. Like the way she was talking about her and her husband or her boyfriend, whatever, how they're, you know, it seems like as soon as their money hit the bank, you know, it goes to the bills, whatever. I mean, I can imagine the people that are like living day to day, guys. I mean, and I've seen people that are living like that. So it there has to be a point where people got to realize that, you know, I don't know, but I think that it helps, you know, content creators like Alaska Prepper Now, the financial channels, you know, all these Economic Ninja, Nobody Special Finance, Heresy Financial, all these people that are Gregory Manarino, all these different content creators. I think if we give solutions, not just stating the obvious, right, or at least to us the obvious of what's going on, but trying to help and people prepare different ways that we can prepare, but also just being there and just being a sounding board to each other, right? That what we're doing is the right thing, and not, we just don't know what's going on. Not only that, but we're trying to do something about it. I think that's very important. So, you know, guys, just pray for each other, or do it, whatever it is you do spiritually to give yourself strength. Try, and I'll tell you what, guys, when you help other people, when you help others, it lifts you up. Not to say that you're doing it selfishly, so that, you know, it's a good feeling, you know, that when you help others without the expectation of anything in return, right? Because that's not the point. Just to be, you know, we're human, right? There's people that are just, I mean, they make the worst they bring out the worst in us sometimes, right? There's people like that. You know, but just try to be there for other people. Try to do good things, guys. Try to keep your head, try to keep your integrity, try to keep your honor and during these times, right? Because, I mean, I see it. I've met some good people along this journey. Like my great friends that I love very much, and up there in Idaho, Kat and Bobby, especially them. I mean, they let me know what's going on in their part of the world. You know, and they live through their own struggle. We lift each other up through the trials that both of our families are going through at the moment. And I think everybody should do that. You know, just, you know, look out for each other and really just try to help each other along, because these times, if we really think about it, like sometimes I'm so busy living life, working and taking care of business, that you know, it's just a lot. It's just it's a lot to keep up with, you know. Things are going so fast that you know, it's passing you by, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave the relevant links. It's good talking to y'all again. I added 50 pounds of rice to my emergency stash, whatever you want to call it. Been buying several cans. Walmart and Sam's have really good prices on their roast beef, which is what I like to get, especially rice, the roast beef, and canned carrots, guys. I don't know, the canned carrots. They really give you energy. They're really good for you, and that's because they're canned. But I notice the difference. I feel the carrots, like, literally they give you a lot of strength. But anyway, guys, y'all take care of each other and love each other out there. That's what we're here for. God bless.